Hey guys, we're back with another review. Today we're going to do the Gemini Max Memphis C-5 Galaxy in 1/400 scale. I'd like to start out by saying it's actually a funny story how I got this model. I ordered something completely different off of Amazon, and this came. And it was a little while ago, so honestly I can't even remember, but all I know is it was actually a better value getting this model than the other one, because I knew it was like, I'm fairly certain it was like a Dash 8 or something, like, it was small, didn't cost very much. So this, I just didn't even bother with sending it back, because I was like, well, I'm probably not going to be able to get the model I was trying to get anyway, because obviously it was misadvertised. So I just, I just kept it, and it's nice having another military transport. It serves as a good AMC movement for airport modeling, because it is, you can't have things like this show up. So yeah, there it is. It's in the Memphis library. Really all it is just the plain AMC library with the Memphis tag on the tail. So I'm gonna let that focus. It's being kind of finicky about that. I don't know why, but I think one of the few C5s that's actually in a different scheme is the Dover, since they actually have like a lighter color with like some blue. Because they're like an Air Mobility Command base, like the Air Force Base is cargo, so I guess they're kind of specialized in that. I have the Dover C-17, which I can kind of give some comparison on. Obviously not much, because they're different planes, but we'll start with the box. It's a large size. It's a Gemini Jets large size box. It's something a 747 would come in the Gemini Max logo, or like the Gemini Max color scheme. I believe it's the same as the other one, but just with the, what you get with the origin library or registration library. Pretty standard stuff. And this was actually 2012 release. So Lockheed Martin, got their trademark on there. But yeah, everything's the same. Except the plane's not ascending. It's just level. I guess this was the seller's sticker or whatever, I don't know. Apparently it was sold or marked twice, but it was new when I got it, so the inside is pretty standard for Gemini Max. I don't have the 17 with me. I have it. I just didn't think about pulling it out for comparison. I don't think that matters too much. It's just all the information on the C5, specs. So, and then size comparison for those that, might not have a good idea. I don't always have a good idea how big a plane is if I don't have like models to be able to feel the difference. I can see it in real life, the difference between two airliners, but with more offbeat planes, it's a bit harder for me to see. So holding it, I can say it's comparable to the AN-124. The AN-124 is a bit shorter, I believe, but a bit fatter. And overall, I think a bit bigger still. But it still is very big. Especially the body. It's just a very long plane. It's incredibly long. And then you can see it features 2 front gear. And actually, this model does have rolling gear. And also the kind of specialized protective spot for the stand. So yeah, you can see the gear. It's kind of similar to the C-17's gear, a bit different. It's in the offset, 2x3 Like I said, the scheme is pretty basic. We do have on the front here, it says air mobility command on the undercarriage. Sorry, I don't know what's with my camera today. So just see if it can adjust for you guys. Might just be having background stuff, I'm sorry. But yeah, it says air mobility command. So yeah, but it's still a pretty basic library. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'd really like to get the Dover one. I don't know, I think I can probably find that easily. It's just a Gemini Max. I'd say the most detailed part of the plane would be the nose and the cockpit, and above the cockpit, that area is it's very well detailed. I mean, it's a 2012 model, and it's pretty good for a 2012 Gemini. It's a basic plane too, so I'm not necessarily in the dark. I just don't really have a good point of relevance with Gemini Max because I don't have many of them, and I'm also not as knowledgeable on air mobility command planes. So yeah, it's still it's a nice model to have, and with the features like rolling gear, that's nice. I don't believe the C-17 had that. The C-17 has very fragile gear, so yeah, this plane is very sturdy. It's a very tough model. The one thing it does not feature, however, is, and I don't know if any of the other C-5s feature this, but the back, you can see where the back door is. This does not. This is just detail. This does not come out like the C-17. Well, that was unintentionally broke by not me on the C-17. However, yeah, this just has the detail on it, not the actual door. So I guess that would really be my only complaint. But still, nonetheless, it's a nice model. Sorry, I don't think there's a good view of this side. There it is. There's a good view of the tail. So yeah, no, as far as Gemini Max go, I'm considering getting the Dover C-5, but I'm not too sure yet. The model flow has been a little slow just because I have so many. I probably would only start by getting more if I sell and replace. There's not too many I would want to sell though, that's the only thing. I mean, I have had interest on different planes, and there may be some that I've said no at the time, but I might now. But I mean, planes that were gifts or just plain old rare and loved, like the Iceland Air, I just probably still wouldn't be interested in selling. But yeah, I'm not too pressed on selling or gaining any. I have all the models to model my airport for a while now. It's kind of nice having some merges since my collection started, because not that I want it to narrow down what I can put out, but I feel like my airport looked erratic with how much I had out, that it was becoming unrealistic, but I just wanted to showcase all of them. You know, I just didn't care, but now I'm kind of trapped inside of, not trapped, because if I wanted to put US Airways planes out, I could, but I just, if I'm sticking with modern times, then it kind of narrows down what I can put out. It is kind of nice having that, you know, to try, you know, keep things consistent. So yeah, no, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty basic review, just because a mixture of not having a lot of knowledge or any relative talking points on Gemini Max or air mobility command planes, but I just figured for those of you looking to buy this model or just interested, this, could help you out. You really see what you're getting. I'm not sure. I don't know what's the list price. I mean, it's a large plane, but it is Gemini Max, so I don't think it's too spendy. And it is really a neat looking plane. I'd rather have this out than the, well, I wouldn't say I'd rather have it out than the AN 124, but it's comparable to that. I think it's a great plane. So no, overall, I guess I would, I'll put my rating in the box too, but as far as Gemini Max go, you get exactly what you're expecting. So 9 out of 10 for that. I can't really compare it to too much else, so they may or may not be accurate amongst others with this plane, or that are just in Gemini Max. But that's my rating based on what I know and what I've experienced. So I hope you enjoyed and really got a good look at this model. So I didn't show too much of the undercarriage, just that's probably where it's least detailed. So yeah, no, that's pretty much it. Other than that, check out my new trip report and the following video for my British Airways flight out of BWI on the Dreamliner. I highly encourage that. It's especially the trip report. I'm not tooting my own horn because, I mean, sure, there's always a little something here and there I can improve on, but I think it turned out really well, and I want to share that with you, so definitely check that out. I'll try and get spotting soon, / hopefully flying as well on top of that. That'd be nice to do. So maybe not till winter, I'm not sure. I don't really have anything scheduled, but that can always change. So yeah. No, happy flying. Stay safe this summer. I'll try and see you guys as soon as possible. I imagine I can get spotting soon. It's just tough during the summer with all the craziness, but I did a pretty good job coming back at that even during the school time. So I should be able to, if not by fall, then this fall. But yeah, no. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for all of your support. Have a great rest of your day or night.